YouTube, how's it going? It's me again, Dr. Rosie, and it's been some time. It's been some time since last upload about music and production, and I apologize. I'm sorry that I haven't been posting much, and that's primarily due to the fact that I didn't have much to post about something. I wanted to provide some value, and I feel like the videos that I provide are insightful. So I didn't have anything until recently. I've been doing a lot of mentor sessions with a lot of students that want to learn music production. Some of them are struggling with workflow and quality and quantity, the differentiation between those. You should have an immense amount of quantity to make good music. You have to go through quantity in order to find the best out of you. It's just the way it is. We don't practice instruments a lot. We are pretty much locked in with our computers for an extended period of times, but sometimes not enough. It's practice. You are practicing. You want to get your creative muscles juicing. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought. I haven't done this in a long time, so it's not as fluent. I wanted to talk about this exercise that I've come up with. This one exercise that I've been practicing with my students that kind of helps them with the quantity aspect. I want them to keep making music, whether it be bad or good. And I call it, for the lack of better words, shitty music. So yeah, we're gonna make shitty music today. All right, this should be quick though. So the whole point of this exercise is to get a song prepared as a skeleton as quick as possible. Get it done. Figure out like how long is your song going to be. But I know my drops are going to happen at bar 33. One song is about 113 bars, maybe a little bit more, depending on how long is your outro. We'll start from bar 33. I know that's where my drop starts because we have a 32 bar of like concept and intro and build. All that I know that's going to happen no matter what. So I just don't even bother right now to get that part done yet. I'm just going to leave this bar 1 to 17, 17 to 33 drop. That's where I want to start. I'm just going to go in and loop the first one bar. Let's find a kick. Let's say that one. And I'm just going to do 140 BPM because dubstep. So let's find a clap. Let's do that one. And now I just want a hi-hat. Sure. I don't care. See how much I don't care? I don't. So we got our kick, clap, hi-hat. It doesn't spark any cool ideas right now. It's just a basic drum pattern, like a dubstep drum pattern. I think this is where things get a little juicy. The moment you add a groove pattern, by groove, I mean like, yes, the hi-hat is your 1, 2, 3, 4. You also need something that grooves on top of the hi-hat. And typically speaking, percussion is the only thing that kind of like gives me that aspect. Of course, hi-hat can also be groovy. When I think about a groove, I think about like a little bit more human. So for example, I just found this one. I think that kind of like provides everything that I need as a groove. I haven't done any mixing whatsoever. It doesn't matter to me. The next thing I want to add is just a sub bass because I feel like it completes it a little bit. So I'm just going to go and find the good old hip hop sub that everyone loves and I love too. Probably the best sub ever. And I'm just going to put it in. I'm going to go with D, Phrygian dominant. Press the scale feature. So we got one bar loop, duplicate it, allow one more note within the scale to kind of like make some sort of difference. So I'm going to do the fourth beat of the second bar and I'm just going to go one up. That's it. At this point, I have a little bit more of an idea where I'm going to head with this track, but I'm not fully locked in. I'm just going to duplicate this one more time. And now we have 4 bars, right? So we got the kick, snare, hi-hat, the groove, and the sub. At the fourth bar, it should do something else as well. That's when like things start to get interesting here. At this point, I'm just going to make this one go 1 up and this one go 2 up from the root note. So now it should sound like... I think that gives me a lot of info of what kind of like music I'm about to make. I guess this next thing is to get a bass line done. Honestly, I'm just going to go on Serum and then find a preset and call it a day because I want to make a song really, really fast. I'm just going to pick that one. Let's fix it a little bit. Yeah, let's just not do that. We got something going on. I think my groove pattern should be a little faster. Cool, we got a nicer groove now. We have a good 4-bar section that kind of like works. It's too cheesy. It's the point. It's supposed to be shitty. If we were to think subtractively about this song, by that I mean like right here, well, not even a song, this loop. How could we make this downbeat, the first one of the bar, how do we make this impactful? Delete number 2, the hi-hat, and allow the clap, which is on the 3, like it's like a mini fake out, if that makes sense. You just take the 1, you leave the 2, and you come back with the song on 3. It gives a huge impact to the 1 of the song. And not only that, I'm going to also allow the sub also to come back on the 3rd rather than the 1st. So this gives it an immense punch to the 1 without being loud about it, which I think is a very, very smart creative tool to just always apply in your music. There's another one, which is the pickup. Usually at the end of your 4th bars, you would want to delete that hi-hat and the groove. Pretty much ended on the clap. You started with the clap, ended on the clap. That right there will provide even more of a emphasis to the downbeat. Think about it as a conductor and guiding like a full orchestra, and they're just like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That and 1 is right here. It didn't just happen to be there for no reason. It's just the way, like, I guess, like, music is felt that way. Like, you're supposed to do that whole and 1 situation. Don't ask me why, okay? Now we have a 4 bar. What do we do? Nothing. Just duplicate it, dude. We're adding more and more notes. We started with 1 bar, and now we're at full 8 bars. Okay. There is something that I want to mention. It's called pickup transition or upbeat transition. It usually happens on the 7th bar, which is right here. If I remove all of these sections and leave the kick right here and have everything as the way it is, and that alone should provide enough of a transitional point or a resolution of the 8 bar that it will provide you enough of a context to kind of like, cool, like I got everything I need right now. So let's play that. Now, it is a little repetitive, so I'm just going to change the last 7th bar into different notes as well. So I'm just going to go to like, I don't know, G, and then come back to F. Hopefully that works. I'm going to go, yeah, I think I'm going to go A onto, this is going to be annoying. Hold on. If you guys didn't know, here's a little trick. If someone ridiculously designed your serum patch at like 4 octaves below, just go to your MIDI effects, add pitch as like MIDI, and then literally do it here, and it should be fine. Pickup transition is going to have F to G, and those are the notes that I'm deciding on. I want to have a drone, so let's try finding a drone that I can like have in the background. So this is like a root note type of like situation that's going to be the atmosphere of the track. Let's find something else. All right, let's take this. This is an E. So we have some sort of drone. Honestly, don't care what it sounds like. I just want to have something in the background. I'm going to maintain my downbeats, come in every snare. All right, cool. Now we're going to have stabs. I don't care what kind of stabs. Honestly, do whatever you feel like, but I'm just going to have saw. I just want to have something that is going to give the downbeat even more of an impact. I'm just going to go with a typical triad, keep it up, and then probably cut it like just a smidge. It's just like a very short glimpse of a sound. Only at the pickup transition, I'm going to have it like a sustained triad. Actually, I'm just going to make one. It'll be much better. Let's just quickly just like give it a 7th harmonic bass line. I just want something that just kind of helps. Whatever, I just need that 7th harmonic anyways. I'm just going to add a little bit of distortion. Going to add more distortion. Cool. Let's do an OTT on it. Quick OTT. No random. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's do that. Yeah, this drone was not it. All right, let's give it a little bit of a release. By it, I mean the stab. Okay, now I can probably have a better idea of where this note of the drone is going to be. All right, let's add the same emphasis on the bass line, doing the same concept. So we'll just like have it run quarter notes. That sounds pretty decent to me. I'm going to do another 16 bars. So now I have even more of a concept here. There's a trick called taking things out of the pocket and then bringing them back to the pocket. That's what I'm going to do here at the downbeat of 41. So that's the next 8. So the first one, I'm just going to do that. Now you've probably realized that like I have a pickup transition, which is right here, or upbeat transition, but I'm going to have a bigger pickup transition that is going to happen about here. So I'm going to delete everything that is in in the way of pickup of this area. And I'm just going to take that note and bring it up as well. So this one, actually, hold on. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to add this as a chord as well. I'm just going to take the sub out for this section because this is the big transition, right? All right, let's hear it. Cool. I think that actually has more of a collective idea at the moment. And I have a theme in my head that I'm going to go with as well. Now, the next thing that kind of connects everything as well is pacemakers. We got to make sure there's like some sort of pacemaker that is going to kind of keep the pace of the song going. I typically go for, let's just like make the notes first and get that out of the way. So I'm just going to go with grand piano. And within this grand piano, I'm just going to go back and forth with like the root note and then actually the fifth. And I want to keep that going for the longevity of the drop, I guess. Now, this pacemaker can stay the same note if you want to, but it can also like, I could just like go one up just to kind of complement this pickup transition so everything is like kind of together. Same thing with this area. Maybe I can go this one and then this one going down. So far, I think it's got a lot more of a theme to it. It's got a feeling now. It's got some sort of pattern. There's no question or answer. There's not much of that going on. That's when we're going to apply that. This being the first 16 as the question, and the second is just the answer. So what I'm going to do to make it sound a little different than the first one, really just duplicate the same synth, delete the entire section, keep the downbeats as the original. All the downbeats that I have are going to be the same ones. This one, this main synth, is just going to sound smidge different. I guess for this one, I'll just go like saw or something. And honestly, let's just hear it. A little loud. Actually, let's make this like a triangle. Cool. I'm cool with that. Honestly, I got my question, I got my answer, my 32s are done here. I'm okay with that. Now, the last thing to do at the moment is find a vocal to kind of complete everything.
But you out here trying to take the best of me.
Let's try that one. What is that, C minor? 2 up. Okay, this is a 127. This might be actually a good pickup.
Out here trying to take the best of me.
All right, second time around, I'm just gonna drop them down 1 octave. All right, so I got my 32s fixed and loaded with the drop full of cool stuff. So what I'm going to do is literally take everything that I got from a drop and just like literally dissect it. I'm just gonna take the drone, the pacemaker, everything else. Literally, I'm just going to make an intro happen from what I already have. I'm not gonna edit anything. I'm just gonna show you guys what I do. I want to make some markers, so I'm just gonna make a marker at 9, 17, and 25. That's where like my impacts are going to be. It's also a guide to like kind of like help me decipher where my build and intros are going to be. So let's just do that and then bring all these hi-hats or shakers together. Bring the hi-hats at like bar 17 as well. I think they're on beat. Yes, they are. They're just counts. Honestly, they're just counting. I'm just going to keep going, duplicate all the way till the drop. I'm going to take the bass and then I'm going to just low pass it to kind of introduce the bass. So I'm just going to do this little tiny rack that I created. It's just LPHP. It's just doing a high pass and a low pass. And I'm just going to bring it up till the pickup or the upbeat, so like 31. I'm just gonna open it up till my till 100 and just gonna do it on and off automation real quick. Vocal is going to be my pre-drop vocal, so I'm just gonna delete everything in its way, just to kind of give it room. I think that's my shitty song. Well, shitty first 232s. Got a little 28 days later going on, but whatever.
But you out here trying to take the best of me. But you out here trying. But you out here trying to take the best of me. But you out here trying to take the best of me.
Honestly, I'm gonna just delete this loop of E. I'm just gonna keep also just the
trying to take the best of me.
Just gonna keep that trying to keep the best of me. I don't want anything else.
Trying to take the best of me.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna delete everything else. Keep the trying to keep the best of me, but you out here, I'll keep that going for the pickup transition.
Trying to take the best of me.
I got everything sorted out regarding like, you know, making my first 32s, which is like the intro, build, and then the next 32 drop. I'm just going to literally duplicate this and yep, that's it. And you make your outro happen. That's it. All you need to do. And look at that. About 129, 133. And this gives me about 4 minutes of a track. This is my first shitty idea at the moment. I'm just gonna save it, just kind of put it aside, not gonna touch it for like another 2 weeks or something, and come back to it and then fix it. You guys got to see how I work on this. The only reason I'm showing this is because a lot of people are trying to make the best music, the banger, but they're forgetting the process of actually like making of a song. You know, not every song that you make needs to be a banger or it needs to like be viral or anything like that. You also have the duty to practice. Like you have to learn how to create your music. Now, if you don't do that, I think you're going to have burnout where you're just like, ah, shit, like I can't really like come up with anything. I need to like create something that is going to be the best of the best. But this is one exercise that I wanted to show you. I wanted to mention that as of right now, offering a lot of mentor sessions to a lot of students. And I think you can probably go and check out the reviews on my mentorship website it does support me because at the moment I'm not playing shows, but I am literally helping out a lot of students as much as I can. I hope you got something out of this because it helped me figuring this out, and hopefully it helps you too. But yeah, goodbye for now.